would you look at that? Trump gets elected as president and nature already starts healing. You've got girls agreeing not to do promiscuity anymore via 4B movement. Granted, stupid methods, but hey, they're unintentionally becoming based because of Trump. You've got an actual white woman that is allowed to win Miss Universe now and did win Miss Universe. Not that Miss Universe has to be white every time because, but just saying, wow, white women weren't allowed to win these things as of late. And now we've got the Game Awards with the official nominations having no woke games. If we remember, last year we had Hogwarts Legacy completely get snubbed and not get what it deserved in the limelight. So in this case, there are the woke titles have been rejected for official nominations, much to our surprise, including Dragon Age: The Veilguard. Now, this title questions, is Jeff Keighley feeling heat from Stutter and Craig's The Real Game Awards? That may possibly be the case with Jeff Keighley doing his trademark stuff that he's trying to do and all that. But I will say, now, and I, in this space of like the anti-woke crowd, you are going to see probably a different opinion from me regarding Jeff Keighley personally, as you might see from others. But I don't have anything bad to say about Jeff Keighley personally. I have worked with him in the past before I got canceled, granted. And I just got a vibe that he was genuine about his passion for video games and the gaming industry, but also above all was his passion into the shows that he put together. He really cared about them. I did E3 and I did a segment for I filmed an anti-vaping segment for the Game Awards, but then I also did an E3 live at E3 with Jeff Keighley on his production for that. He is extremely involved and extremely passionate about the shows that he puts on, and they are a lot of work. So I do have to give him credit that he puts a lot into it, into producing it, a lot of the behind the scenes stuff, and of course with hosting it as well. He doesn't have other people do that, and he just he puts in work, and he cares a lot about the production. Now, why we've seen the Game Awards, and this is my opinion of it. I don't have all this insider information, but my opinion of it based off my outside observations is why we've seen lame stuff happening with the Game Awards in terms of woke games getting more attention than they deserve. And a lot of oh, are you kidding me? That game won, type scenario. Well, part of that is due to the fact that there is a panel that selects these. I know at least, I don't know if it was for this year's panel or last year's that they showed some, but it's just some gaming journalist outlets. You've got some woke YouTubers or whatever, a big channel, I believe. I don't remember what it was called. I don't keep up with all this stuff. But yeah, it's basically people who don't really reflect your average gamer. And that is part of it, which granted, he does select that panel. That being said, it's not so much that I think Jeff Keighley is woke and that he's wanting to insert woke stuff into everything that he does. It's more so that Jeff Keighley is a businessman and he is wanting a successful show, and he's wanting to put together as successful as a show as possible in a field that he's passionate about, which is gaming. And in order to accomplish that, and in order to accomplish getting, the trailers that he's gotten for game announcements and things of that nature, and to get the guests and the big stars that he's had on his show, he has to appeal to the mainstream. And in order to appeal to the mainstream, when I say mainstream, I mean mainstream gaming industry. And the mainstream gaming industry has been woke, so a lot of the woke games have gotten attention. That is my opinion on the matter. I mean, I personally didn't see anything woke. I didn't see Jeff Keighley trying to push any woke things, or in my talking with him, the bit that I didn't sense any of that in him personally, that this is just an agenda that he wants to push on people. It's just, hey, this is a guy, he cares about business and he wants to have a successful show. And he's playing the game. So there's that. I'm not gonna hop on here and dunk on Geoff Keighley. Just saying that. I definitely took a different approach to what he did and what I've done in my career. I have worked with the mainstream in the past. Once woke ideology started taking hold more and more, I got to a point to where, okay, I can't do this anymore. I can't play this game anymore. I have to speak out against all of this craziness that's going on that's infested the industry because it goes against my beliefs, and it's not fun anymore. It's not even fun anymore. With these current games coming out and having games ruined, like I want to talk about what's ruining games. So that's the route I took, and I got blacklisted from mainstream for working in the mainstream. So that's not something that Geoff Keighley wanted to do. He still wanted to stay. And that's a decision he wanted to make. So, do I think that the Game Awards can make a shift moving forward? Yeah, I would definitely like to see games, and I want to see more of a panel that reflects real gamers more so than journalist outlets and these woke YouTubers or whatever else. But all I know is right now what we have for nominees of Game of the Year. Here we go. Nominees for Game of the Year. Let's pull this up. I don't know why my internet's slow. Nominees for Game of the Year at the Game Awards. Astrobot, which I thought that was like a PS5 launch thing. There must be something more to that. Balatro, I don't even know what the heck that is. We got Black Myth Wukong. Black Myth Wukong obviously deserves to be on there given all of the, how many players were playing. It was a massive success. I think a lot of people would argue that Stellar Blade should be up there. I don't necessarily think it had to be because when I think Game of the Year, I'm thinking these should be like 9 out of 10 games or higher, at least. And I wouldn't consider Stellar Blade of what I played of it to be a 9 out of 10. All right, so we got Elden Ring, Shadow of the Erdtree, which I can't say I totally agree with that, with it being a DLC. And we've also got in the comments people speaking out against that. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. It is what it is. Metaphor, ReFantasia. Y'all know how I feel about the Final Fantasy VII remake stuff. I don't like them. They're not for me. Now, I think with Metaphor, ReFantasio, or however you pronounce that, to me, my impressions of it seems inferior to Persona games. And I do think it seems overrated, but it is what it is. Anyway, I don't think that this list is egregious like it could be. If they would have put Dragon Age the Veilguard on there, which would have been the woke thing to do. Everybody tried pushing this narrative. You even had IGN giving Dragon Age the Veilguard a 9 out of 10. I've made so many videos dunking on this game. Like, I went to town dunking on this game. But now you have these outlets also backtracking because it's safe to do so. Because they saw, wait a minute, people don't like it. They waited when we've been saying this. But notice how there isn't Star Wars Outlaws, obviously not Concord. They would have embarrassed themselves putting Concord up there after the whole studio closed down. And yeah, I know, and I'll say, like, I know people don't like Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree being there, and I don't think that it would have been there if they weren't so desperate for games to nominate this year. I'm just trying to think off the top of my head what I would even put there. I guess you could put Stellar Blade there instead because, Astrobot, like, I don't know. All I'm saying, modern games have not been good. Now, I wish if you could put remasters on there. Obviously, I would say Tomb Raider remasters deserve a slot. There should at least be a category for remasters. Remasters and DLC could be in the same category even. But yeah, I mean, I guess I really, if I'm trying to think of a mainline game that came out this year, I like a game, like not a remaster, not a remake. That was I don't even think I've really played anything. Like I played some of Stellar Blade, and I don't know, it wasn't for me. I like Eve. I like the art, but maybe I'll give it more of a chance. But I just couldn't really get into what I was playing. I've been playing older games. I've been playing Persona 5. I've been playing Tomb Raider remasters. Like I've been playing. Oh, why am I forgetting what this game is called? Deadlock? Wait, Deadlock. What is that Valve game? Why am I thinking that? My brain isn't working. Yeah, it's Deadlock. Deadlock. Like if they're doing online multiplayer games, or if there's a category for that, Deadlock has to get on there. I played so much Deadlock. But anyway, those are mostly what I've been playing. So anyway, yeah, I mean, it's just like slim pickings. But here's the thing is, obviously with like, when it comes to Stuttering Craig's show, he's putting together with his Real Game Awards and so on and so forth. I do wish him success with all of that. And I think that's awesome, because I think it is cool to have a Game Awards that is focused on the more of the consumer and the average gamer. You know, I love to see games from that perspective, like an award show from that perspective. We're not going to see game announcements and stuff like that from that, most likely. I mean, unless it grew monumentally, and, you know, once you get enough numbers, and enough companies are going to have to jump on board eventually. So unless that happens, but I think it's cool to see that. But I do also think there's still room for Jeff Keighley's the Game Awards. I know, maybe you're being too nice. You know, I don't care. I still think there's room for both. I don't want to see Jeff Keighley and his show fail. I don't want to see that, because I really do think that Jeff Keighley is a genuine guy. I think he is a genuine person, and I just don't want to wish to see his thing fail. I don't want to see that. And I don't think that he is purposefully trying to force woke ideology into the industry, and I don't think he's trying to ruin the industry. I think he's just adapting to the culture, and whatever is going on, he's playing the game. And again, it's not what I do, but I don't want to see him fail. I don't think that he's brainwashed by this. I don't think that he is I think he's just kind of like an industry boomer. You know what I mean? Just go with the flow. Industry boomer. He's having fun with it and just going with it wherever things are. And, you know, not everybody has to be a part of the culture war. I am. And a lot of I feel like I gotta be here, because I can't go with the flow and still have fun with what's out right now, with all this modern stuff that I don't like. But he's able to just chill and enjoy it. Hey, if he enjoys it, great. So that's my take on it. You guys let me know what you think in the comments below. But thank you all so much for hanging out with me today. As always, if you want me to read the Bible to you, you can check out my Bible channel, Bible Time with Melanie Mack. Also, yes, I didn't upload yesterday. I have had norovirus this weekend. And yesterday, I was going to wake up. I got out of bed, and I was like, I was very weak, and I'm like, I can't even film videos. Like, I have to get back in bed. So, thankfully, I mean, if you don't, it's basically like a food poisoning, a stomach bug. It's the same as like food poisoning, and the symptoms are like 1 through 3 days, which yesterday I could finally eat again. Well, as of Sunday night. But I was so weak from just, all of that experience. Anyway, thank you all again for hanging out with me. I'll catch you next time. In the meantime, go boom.